Now we are stepping into one of the most powerful and structured tools in lie detection: statement analysis. This is where you stop relying on gut feeling and start analyzing what people say with precision. Here's the core idea: words are not random. The way a person structures a sentence, the words they choose, and even what they leave out can reveal important clues about their level of certainty, commitment, and truthfulness. Let's start with the foundation: commitment to the statement. When people are telling the truth, they tend to speak with clear ownership. You will hear direct language like, I went there at 6, I spoke to him. But when someone is being deceptive or uncertain, they may reduce that commitment. For example, I think I went there. I believe I spoke to him. As far as I remember, these phrases don't mean the person is lying, but they do signal less certainty. And when these qualifiers appear around key parts of a story, they become important. Next, look for missing information. Full statements often include natural details: who, what, when, where, but deceptive statements may skip over critical parts. You might hear a complete story, except for the exact moment that matters most. That gap is often more important than what's actually said. Another key principle is consistency over time. When someone tells the truth, their core story tends to remain stable, even if small details change. But when someone is lying, maintaining consistency becomes harder. You may notice shifts in wording, changes in sequence, or slight contradictions when the story is repeated. Now let's talk about unnecessary emphasis. Sometimes people try to strengthen their credibility by adding phrases like, to be honest, I swear, believe me. Ironically, these phrases can sometimes signal the opposite: an attempt to convince rather than simply state the truth. Truthful statements usually stand on their own without needing reinforcement. Another powerful tool is analyzing pronouns. When people are comfortable and truthful, they naturally use I, me, or we. But when there's psychological distancing, you might hear a shift. The mistake was made instead of I made a mistake. This subtle change can indicate a desire to distance oneself from the action. You should also pay attention to structure and flow. Real experiences are usually recalled in a somewhat natural, slightly imperfect way. There may be small pauses, corrections, or sensory details, but fabricated stories can feel either too vague or sometimes too polished and structured, like they have been prepared in advance. Now, here's a key mindset: statement analysis is not about catching gotcha moments, it's about identifying areas that need more clarity. When you notice something, don't accuse, don't assume. Instead, gently explore. Can you walk me through that again? What happened right before that? Because the truth can handle deeper questioning, but a constructed story often struggles to stay consistent under pressure. And remember, no single word or phrase proves deception. What matters is patterns: repeated qualifiers, missing details, shifts in language, inconsistencies over time. As you practice this, you will start hearing conversations differently. You won't just focus on the story, you will notice the structure behind it. And that's when your skill reaches another level, because you are no longer just listening, you are analyzing.